Good day, everyone. I am Carl Valdez, and today I stand before you not alone, but with my inner child, Kobe. This part of me holds the innocence and belief that anything is possible. The dreams can come true with the sheer force of imagination and determination. It was this part of me that was unafraid to embrace the unknown and to dance in the rain without care in the world. But today, my inner child trembles in fear as he witnesses the impacts of climate change. He sees how the rising temperatures scorch the earth, the ice caps melting away. He trembles in the fear of extreme weather events, displaced communities, and a world forever altered by our own actions. So in this moment of vulnerability, I call upon all of you to embrace and acknowledge this shared fear. For the specter of climate change does not discriminate. It affects us all, young and old, regardless of backgrounds or beliefs. It is a challenge that requires urgent attention, collective action, and unwavering commitment. So today, I invite each and every one of us to awaken our inner child and converge with me in this experience that is Project Kandili, a temporary structure with permanent impact. This experience reminds us to never lose hope, or even in the face of such daunting adversity, there is strength to be found. We stand at a crossroads, a pivotal moment where we can choose to confront the challenges of climate change head on. But I know the path ahead is not an easy one, but we always must remember that it is our shared responsibility to pave the way for a brighter, more sustainable future. We owe it to ourselves, to our inner children, and to those who have not yet had the chance to dream. So one interesting point I want to talk about the project is that it is boundless, meaning there is no permanent site. Rather, there will be temporary life cycles throughout the country, and this avoids one of the biggest issues when it comes to building sustainability, wherein a structure becomes obsolete in its function, and eventually it will rot away. And this won't happen to Project Kandili because it is cost-effective, sustainable, and mobile. Essentially, the building is bound to the people and not to the ground. With Project Kandili's aim of propagating an advocacy, it creates multiple intersection points throughout the country bound by our common goal of ensuring a better future for everyone. So the structure will be made out of integral building components made of aluminum to ensure that it is sturdy and durable, yet lightweight at the same time, allowing it to be transported. And the life cycle would look like this. The components would be manufactured off-site, and the site would be chosen based on the community's demographics, its surroundings, and all the other factors, after which assembly would commence and then implementation. After accomplishing its goals, the structure will be dismantled, the components will be repaired and refurbished, and it will await its next implementation. So now let's look at the user experience in Project Kandili. And the space is designed to be a playground of possibilities where we can meet, be empowered, innovate, play, and connect. Essentially, all these concepts and experiences will converge to make up the Project Kandili experience where sustainability and imagination go hand in hand. However, the experience won't be linear as it allows journey and exploration and allows the users to engage in the different activities in any way they want. I also applied these three different design strategies, ensuring sustainability, providing an atmosphere, and facilitating journey and movement. And speaking of experience, the color choice is a very big part of it. If you notice, the 5 key areas are all tied to a certain color, and this allows the users to recall who did they meet, how were they empowered, what did they innovate, and those kinds of things will supplement to the lasting impact and permanent impact that Project Kandili aims to have on its users. I also chose bold and bright colors for the same reason and to make the space feel youthful and alive. So allow me to take you to the different levels of Project Kandili where we can see the magic of sustainability, collaboration, and innovation. Starting with the exterior. So the sleek white shell serves as a blank canvas for the colorful interiors we're about to get into. With that, we have the first level appropriately named Meet. And this serves as an intersection point of meeting our friends and even meeting new people. It is also a convergence of man and nature, showing its ability to coexist without destruction. But speaking of destruction, it exists, and this exhibit entitled 47 represents the 47,000 acres of forestry that are cut down in the Philippines yearly. And this shows a great introduction of Project Kandili's integration of social awareness in its spaces. But of course, I also wanted to invite the users to become creative. So with Nippon Paint, they can actually paint on the blank mural walls and allow themselves to express their thoughts, their emotions, their journeys, and their experiences. We also have the Kandili booth where the users are introduced to the project and its advocacies. And if you noticed, around the space, there is a recurring theme of reflections through the use of mirrors. And this invites the users to reflect on their own actions and their advocacies towards their goals to a better future. And before we traverse to the next phases, allow me to show you the design strategies for this level where I wanted to invite social interaction and pay homage to nature through biophilic design. It is also a flexible space with minimal boundaries to its functions. So with that, we also have the ramp that wraps around the whole structure where the users use it to go up. And the ramp is made out of synthetic rubber to ensure that it can handle heavy foot traffic, but ensure comfort and safety for the users. I also divided the ramp into two colors to help in wayfinding and aid traffic flow. For the second level, we have Empower. And this serves as a manifestation of a child's hopes and dreams. And just like a child's limitless imaginations, this empowers us to dream big and believe in the possibilities. But such dreams can be seen in this exhibit, wherein children from different communities were asked, what does the future look like for you? And this is very empowering as it shows a child's awareness of present problems and their future outlooks despite it. But of course, in this space, I will also want us to have fun. And here, we are taken back to a time where we were children, where we can just run around and have fun and carelessly not think about the problems we have at hand. Evidently, this space is multi-generational, which allows users of all ages to participate in its activities. I also want to provide a sense of storytelling through the unique elements and color choice, and the space is adaptable as the exhibition modules on casters allows it to be moved around depending on the function of the space. In the third level, we just don't stop on our dreams. We turn these dreams into reality, and this is where our inner children can explore their ideas freely. For one, we have these interactive stations where the users are able to learn about different concepts related to sustainability, such as wind energy and good practices on waste management. And this allows the users to immerse themselves and have fun while learning. At the center of the space, we also have the Idea Cube. So this serves as a congregation of knowledge where the users are able to share and discuss their ideas, just like what we are doing now. And this really sparks creativity and encourages collaboration among the users. And if you notice, I used a lot of surreal, weird, and futuristic-like elements because I wanted it to be an imaginative space. The design also takes advantage of the digital technology of today's generation and immerses the users to learn. And as well as I wanted it to be a learning conducive space to maximize one's ideas. For the fourth level, we also have play. And if you notice, in the first three areas, I focused more on the social and mental aspect of wellness. But here, I wanted to introduce physical well-being. So the users are able to play, they're able to engage in fitness activities while stimulating their minds at the same time. For example, we have the PaveGen track where every step makes a difference. So through the technology of PaveGen, where steps are converted to energy, this is a very fun installation that allows users to engage in fitness activities while learn about and look at what the future sidewalks could be like. Similarly, we have Light It Up where the users are collaborating with each other by cycling together and lighting the bulb up. And this is very fun because it also shows us the importance of collaboration and how working together makes one big difference. With the different activities, it really engages people to be fit and really move their bodies. It's also a space that is playful in nature and at the same time, it stimulates our minds. For the fifth and last level, we have Connect, and this serves as a whole other convergence in the structure. I think we could all agree that the communities that we grew up in, the communities that are around us, plays a big part in our social upbringing. And this is exactly what the space wants to capture, the lively atmosphere, the way it makes us feel at home. But first, I want to introduce this space, the 7640 Strong exhibit. So, as you know, the Philippines is an archipelago, and this space converges the Philippine archipelago and really connects different communities by showcasing their culture. Another thing I want to talk about our culture, I think everyone could also agree with me, is that food is a very big part of our culture in Asia. And through the community kitchen, the users are able to share their stories, their journeys, and their experiences with food as a medium. With that, evidently, the space is very communal in nature. And with its location at the top level, it's very well ventilated and allows the users to relax after a set of heavy activities. So there we go. Through Project Kandili, the users were not only just able to meet new people, but also a new advocacy to fight for. They were able to be empowered by the thought of the children wanting a better future. They were able to innovate and fulfill their wildest imaginations. They were able to play and engage both their minds and stimulate their bodies at the same time. And they were able to connect not only with their local communities, not only with their own countries, but with the rest of the region. The structure invokes the joys of childhood, how big the world was when we were young. But sadly, the world we know is shrinking, and this 20 by 20 meter structure encourages all of us to start choosing the better path. Because wellness for me isn't always about relaxing in a luxury spa or indulging yourself in a 5-star resort. Sometimes wellness can be the assurance that there is a future ahead of us, and Project Kandili aims to redefine that wellness by ensuring that the users are able to engage themselves in different activities that engages both their mind and their body. As interior designers, we have to push the reset button and rethink how we create our spaces. We shouldn't just be bound on what is beautiful. Rather, we should create spaces that are meaningful for everyone. I designed the structure to have a temporary lifespan, but the memories they create, the knowledge they take home, and the connections they build is the same lasting impact that Project Kandili and interior design could have on people. So let us act with courage, resilience, and compassion. Let us be the heroes that our inner children need, guiding us through the storms of climate change towards a world where hope reigns supreme. Together, we can build a legacy that future generations can look upon with gratitude and awe. For it is in our unity and unwavering resolve that we can forge a future that our inner children could be proud of. A future where hope blossoms even in the face of adversity. So together with me and Project Kandili, let us reclaim our dreams and redefine our futures. Thank you.